Staying with football news, Cape Town City FC's first season fairy tale in the top flight football league continues. The Citizens are title contenders and have a trophy in the cabinet. Earlier we sat down with John Comitis, the man making it happen, to talk about football down in Cape Town.
With more than 20 years' experience, John Comitis is an institution in Cape Town's football fraternity.
John, you've been involved in Cape Town football for a very long time. Can you give us just a brief rundown of your history within Cape Town football?
Well, it started when I moved to Cape Town, and it was as a player more than anything. I was with Hellenic Football Club, and then I had a short spell with Cape Town Spurs and Vasco da Gama, and I ended up buying the Cape Town Spurs franchise after they won the double. So it's been since there, since '96.
His vast experience with mother city clubs has taught him a thing or two about the dynamics of football in the city.
The challenges are always that you've got a team that has to perform at the highest level in order to maintain the interest in your brand. And that was always a challenge when you're constantly selling players from your club and your best players in order to move players on and get the new youngsters in. I soon realized that unless we balance that with a winning team, we're going to be squandering a lot of money marketing the brand and the name to get fans back. So my return had to be about the fans. My return had to be about Cape Town football.
The marketing challenge that Comitis refers to is keeping fans and players interested with the perennial interest of the big Gauteng sides.
Well, the broader-based fan and support for football comes from our townships. And, continuously they have supported clubs from Gauteng and other cities. You have young players at 17, 18 developing out of our townships, and then they go to Bloemfontein Celtic for a trial. How can that be possible? And we've got so much football happening in the city.
The likes of Mark Mayambela and Owen Isaacs are back at rivals Ajax Cape Town after spending some time playing in Gauteng, while Cape Town City itself signed several players who had been discarded by the more fancied northern clubs.
We focused on having a squad to perform that we can manage. Just signing players for the sake of it and having a big squad so that you can have the best is not always the best solution in football. We create an environment that it's easy for them to believe in themselves.
But we had to ask about the dramatic success achieved so far this season.
Personally for you, are things starting to settle down now? Is this where you wanted to see yourself, and what next?
At the beginning you're just happy to be putting a team out and that you'll survive the league, and you kind of baby steps. But when you see what you see in such a short period, you've got to then jump to the next level yourself and say, right, I need to now look at the next step. I can't look back anymore.
Shoni Mtimkulu, Cape Town.